In the NBA, one trade can build a dynasty or destroy it overnight. Front offices gamble millions. Fans rage on social media, and careers get rewritten in an instant. Some trades make perfect sense on paper until the fallout begins. Others look insane at first, then become genius years later. This is the story of the most controversial NBA trades of the last decade. The deals that shocked fans, split locker rooms, and changed basketball forever. Every season, NBA front offices play their most dangerous game, trading players. It's part strategy, part risk, and part luck. One wrong move can sink a franchise for years. One bold trade can make you a legend. Over the past decade, we've seen blockbusters that broke hearts, shocked the world, and turned heroes into villains. These trades weren't just business, they were turning points in NBA history. Kevin Durant to the Golden State Warriors, 2016. When Kevin Durant left Oklahoma City for the team that had just beaten him in the playoffs, fans were stunned. The Warriors were already 73-9, the greatest regular season team ever. Adding KD felt unfair, unstoppable, even villainous. Overnight, Durant went from beloved MVP to public enemy number one. The move paid off with 2 championships and finals MVPs, but it also changed his image forever. This was more than a trade, it was the spark of one of the most dominant, yet divisive eras in modern basketball. Kawhi Leonard to the Toronto Raptors, 2018. Kawhi wanted out of San Antonio, and the Spurs sent him north to a team he never asked to join. Most thought it was a one-year rental, but that 1 year became legendary. Kawhi carried Toronto to its first ever NBA championship, cementing one of the greatest single-season stories in NBA history. The trade was a massive risk that paid off beyond anyone's imagination. And then, just as quickly, he left. Controversial? Absolutely. Successful? Without question. Anthony Davis to the Los Angeles Lakers, 2019. For months, the league buzzed with rumors about Anthony Davis forcing his way out of New Orleans. When he finally landed in Los Angeles, critics accused him of killing small market competitiveness. But the Lakers had their plan, and it worked. Davis and LeBron delivered a championship in 2020. Still, the way it happened, public demands, tampering accusations, and league-wide outrage, made this one of the most heated deals of the decade. James Harden to the Brooklyn Nets, 2021. It was supposed to be a super team for the ages: Durant, Kyrie, and Harden. When Brooklyn traded half their future to get Harden, expectations skyrocketed. But chemistry issues, injuries, and off-court drama destroyed the dream. Within 2 seasons, all 3 were gone. The trade became a cautionary tale about chasing talent without balance. It looked like a dynasty in the making until it turned into a disaster. Paul George to the Los Angeles Clippers, 2019. This one came out of nowhere. The Clippers gave up a mountain of draft picks and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for Paul George just to pair him with Kawhi Leonard. It was one of the boldest win-now moves ever made, but 5 years later, with no finals appearances, the trade looks worse every season. Meanwhile, Shai has become a superstar in Oklahoma City. Sometimes the future you trade away becomes the one that haunts you. Russell Westbrook to the Los Angeles Lakers, 2021. When the Lakers traded for Westbrook, they thought they were building another super team. LeBron, AD, and Russ on paper looked unstoppable. In reality, it was chaos. The fit was awkward, the shooting disappeared, and the team collapsed. Westbrook became the scapegoat, and the Lakers eventually had to trade him again to clean up the mess. A high-profile gamble gone painfully wrong. Jimmy Butler to the Philadelphia 76ers, 2018. Jimmy Butler's move to Philly was supposed to bring toughness and leadership. Instead, it exposed everything wrong with the Sixers' culture. Clashes with coaches, locker room drama, and questions about leadership followed. When Butler left for Miami, many thought it was a downgrade. Then he led the Heat to 2 finals appearances, proving exactly who he was all along. Philly's loss was Miami's masterpiece. Rudy Gobert to the Minnesota Timberwolves, 2022. When the Timberwolves traded for Rudy Gobert, they gave up 5 players and 4 first-round picks. The NBA world laughed. Could a double big lineup with Karl Anthony Towns really work in today's game? The answer, so far, is complicated. Minnesota became a strong defensive team, but the cost of the trade still overshadows everything. It's a move that might define the franchise for years, good or bad. Kyrie Irving to the Dallas Mavericks, 2023. After a roller coaster in Brooklyn, Kyrie's trade to Dallas felt like another gamble. Pairing him with Luka Doncic sounded brilliant, but chemistry questions loomed large. Dallas took the risk anyway, hoping star power would outweigh unpredictability. Kyrie's talent has never been in question, but his off-court chaos always follows. Time will tell if this trade was genius, or another disaster waiting to happen. Damian Lillard to the Milwaukee Bucks, 2023. For years, Dame was the poster child for loyalty in Portland. Then, in 2023, it was finally over. The Blazers sent him to Milwaukee to join Giannis in a blockbuster that stunned the league. Some fans called it betrayal. Others called it evolution. It was a rare moment when a star's loyalty met reality, and business won. The trade shook the NBA landscape and left Portland starting over once again. Paul George to Los Angeles Clippers, 2019. Paul George's trade from the Oklahoma City Thunder to the Clippers was controversial due to the assets exchanged and the pressure to perform immediately in LA. Many debated whether the Clippers' aggressive strategy would pay off. Carmelo Anthony to Atlanta Hawks, 2017. The Hawks traded Schroeder, Bazemore, and picks for Carmelo Anthony, creating skepticism given Melo's declining production. The trade was criticized for the lack of long-term planning and perceived mismatches on the roster. Ben Simmons to Brooklyn Nets, 2022. In a blockbuster deal, Ben Simmons was traded to the Nets for multiple first-round picks and Kevin Durant's future protection. The trade was controversial due to Simmons' struggles with the 76ers and the high cost for Brooklyn, leaving analysts divided on whether it was a smart gamble. The win-now move gone wrong. A team close to contending tries to push over the top. They trade future assets for an established veteran. But instead of elevating the team, the move backfires. Injuries, fit issues, role confusion, everything goes wrong. Fans blame the trade for the setback. The trade that launches a rebuild. Sometimes the controversy comes from what follows, not the trade itself. Moving a star signals the end of an era. Rebuilds bring years of uncertainty. Fans mourn the loss of identity. The franchise must start from zero. Rebuild trades are emotionally heavy. The player who didn't want to leave. Not all trades happen because of conflict. Sometimes a player loves the city, the fans, and the team, but the front office has different plans. When a loyal player is shipped away, controversy spikes. These trades feel cold, even cruel. The locker room splitting decision. Trading a teammate can fracture trust. Some players feel blindsided, others feel betrayed. Coaches lose credibility. What started as a front office decision becomes a locker room crisis. These trades damage team unity. The injury risk gamble. Some trades involve stars with major injury histories. The upside is massive, but the risk is enormous. When the injury issues return, fans question the decision instantly. Hope turns into frustration quickly. The trade that creates a legend for the other team. One of the harshest outcomes. A player traded away blossoms into a superstar somewhere else. The franchise that let him go becomes a punchline. Fans relive the mistake for years, and it becomes one of the most regretted moves in team history. The trades fans still argue about today. Some trades age well, some age terribly. But the most controversial moves are the ones that remain debated long after they happen. Fans defend their side. Analysts replay the details. Documentaries revisit them. These are the trades that leave a lasting mark on NBA history. The super team move. Bringing multiple stars together always sparks controversy. Fans accuse the league of imbalance. Critics attack the players for teaming up. Rival fan bases erupt. The trade becomes bigger than basketball. Super team deals always lead to heated arguments. The trade that breaks a dynasty apart. Dynasties don't last forever. Sometimes they collapse due to age or injuries. But sometimes a single trade triggers the downfall. A core star leaves. A vital role player is moved. The magic disappears. The end of a dynasty is always emotional. The mid-season panic trade. A struggling team gets desperate. Coaches panic. Front offices overreact. Suddenly, a risky trade happens mid-season. It often comes with more emotion than logic, and fans quickly question whether panic drove the decision. Panic trades usually age poorly. The big market versus small market battle. When a star forces his way to a glamorous big market franchise, controversy explodes. Small market fans feel cheated. Commentators argue about fairness. Questions arise about player empowerment versus competitive balance. These trades shape league politics. The trade fueled by contract drama. Sometimes money becomes the villain. A player wants a max contract the team won't offer. Negotiations break down. Instead of keeping the star, the franchise trades him to avoid losing him for nothing. Business decisions often hurt the most. Every trade tells a story. Behind every headline, there's heartbreak, ambition, and a gamble that could define a career. Some of these moves built champions. Others shattered teams beyond repair. But one thing never changes: the thrill of the unknown. Because in the NBA, every trade isn't just a deal. It's a moment that could change history forever.